What's going on, everyone? In this video, we're going to be doing the weekly recap of the stocked up trading floor, and this week was insane for the stock market. As we know, this tariff situation is heating up quite a bit, and there is a lot happening in the world and the market right now. So let's get right to it. We could see things started off pretty slow this week on like Monday and Tuesday and a little bit on Wednesday before the tariff news really hit markets. Again, like I said, Monday started off a little bit slow where like Pepsi and Coca-Cola call options moved up by like 42 to 55%, which, you know, are nice moves, but nothing too crazy. And you could say essentially the same thing on Tuesday as well, where there wasn't like that much crazy movement. But on Wednesday, when we saw the tariff announcement come out, is when things started to heat up quite a bit. We saw some Tesla, Coinbase, and DraftKings call options pop up anywhere from 85% to 58%, which was nice, but is just a drop in the bucket from what's to be seen. On Thursday is when the market really started to die. We could see on Thursday, we saw some insane gains in multiple different tickers. Some of the biggest ones being with Carvana and Boeing put options that popped up between 236% and 484%, you can say. Verizon and McDonald's had some pretty good gains with their call options as well, but the puts definitely led the way on Thursday, and a lot of other stocks had some really good moves as well. Of course, and as always, there are some stocks that don't pop up that much, which is to be expected. On Fridays, when things really started to heat up, as we see the gains on Friday, there were just some insane moves all across the board. As we get to the end of the recap, we could see MRK, Johnson & Johnson, and Coca-Cola put options rise by 562% to 603%, which is just insane. Nvidia, Intel, and SoFi had some great gains as well in the 312 to 380% range, and you know the list goes on and on. It was a truly insane day on Friday, and this type of big movement and just craziness isn't going to slow down anytime soon, just given the situation we have at hand right now in the world. Of course, this market is rare in multiple different ways. On Friday, 98% of the S&P 500 fell down in the red, which is one of the most overwhelmingly bearish days we've seen in a long time. And during environments where you have significantly increasing implied volatility and just volatility in general, it is very common to see not only the biggest down moves, but also the biggest up moves. For example, if we go back to the COVID crash, we could see that, you know, of course, it was an extremely bearish time for the market, but there were also a lot of major green days sprinkled in as well. And it's actually during the times where everything is crashing is where you also see the largest green days, just because volatility in general increases, among various other structural and psychological reasons. But the main point is that we're going to see some big moves for some time here, which is great to see. Of course, you know, there's also a lot of opportunities in like a non-day trading sense as well, where if we go to the theta trade section, you know, there's a lot of money to be made, you know, selling put options, collecting premium, buying the dips, and other things as well. We could see for this week's theta trades, 3 out of the 5 expired for max profit immediately, which is great, but also in a arguably more exciting way, 2 of the put options did get assigned, so that could offer some buy the dip opportunities, potentially some covered call writing, or even just, you know, rolling the put options down and out for those who didn't want to pick up shares at this time. But I definitely want to bring this up to emphasize that, you know, you don't have to just day trade in market situations like this. There's a lot of opportunity buying the dips, selling puts, and you know, positioning yourself in multiple different ways. So definitely keep that in mind as well. For those of you who want to learn more about selling put options or writing put options or opening cash secured puts, they're all the same thing. Feel free to reach out to Tom, Hunter, Mason, or myself, and we'll definitely make sure they're taken care of. It's definitely a great strategy to be knowledgeable of in a market environment like this one. But besides that, thank you all so much for watching today's video. We are in a crazy, crazy, crazy market right now, and it's not set to slow down anytime soon, which is a great thing for traders. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a great rest of your weekend.